Good afternoon, viewers. First Nigeria TV's Ojomo Olusegun Adebambo is uniquely opportune to meet again with Abagunjimba Kole Omololu. Abagunjimba Kole Omololu is a chieftain of Afenifere, a Yoruba socio-political organization. Former chairman Afenifere Europe and an astute businessman. Also, is presently the National Organizing Secretary of Afenifere. He is the Odofin Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba land and also Otumba Atunluse of Osoro, Ikale land. You're welcome to First Nigeria TV online, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It's been a very long time. I had plans to meet with you again. You had been a name in the media over the years, spanning about 30 years from now, especially when you were the chairman of Afenifere Europe. You are quite popular in all the newspapers, the magazines, the television stations way back then. For quite a while, I discovered, maybe because you were based in United Kingdom, you decided to stay put for a while over there. How has it been from time, for those times till this period, sir?
Well, it's been pleasant. I'm back finally to my country.
That's right.
Nigeria now, yes, and I'm enjoying myself very, very much. You see, when you are over there, you discover yourself. When I discover that I'm Yoruba, my Yoruba is so unique that I am part of world history. That there are no differences between me and my hosts, my leaders here. I compare them to the lords. I had opportunity of meeting with few lords through chieftain. So when I look at their lifestyle, I look at my leaders here. There's no differences. The value system, the education, the way they look at life, the way they handle situation, and so on and so forth. And then again, when you look at the Yoruba people, we've been long part of our history. The uniqueness with us is that there are not many nationalities, many nations that's like Yoruba. You go to Ibarapa, from Ibarapa to Owo, from Owo down to Idori, from Idori down to back to Owo, from Owo back to Ikale back to Ilaje. This same value, the same language, the same tradition, and something unites us together called Oduduwa, the son of Oduduwa. Every Yoruba person here is a son of Oduduwa. It's only Yoruba people. Not only us and probably the Jews. I am a son of Abraham. I'm a child of Abraham. One unique thing unites us together. It's not common. It's somebody that belongs to that great nation. Should be very, very proud of it. So that's when I discovered myself, and I threw myself into my Yorubaness. That we must be great, even though we are within Nigeria. It doesn't stop us from who we are, for being great. A lot of Yoruba are outside the shore of Yoruba land.
Yes.
You have Yoruba in your Tunji. You have Yoruba in Cuba. You have Yoruba in Brazil. Look at the French neighbors here. You have the Benin Republic. Go to Ghana. Go to Sierra Leone. It's a unique race. When the American races, when they are using their Hollywood, they want to represent Africa. They use Yoruba Agbada to represent the black race. So we're the hope of the black race. Look at the anthem that is being sung everywhere now, Afenifere anthem. Call it a Yoruba anthem now. The last stanza which say, Iwomi Imole Omadulawo. We are the shining light, we are the beacon for the black race, we are the hope of the black nation on earth. So we are not just, it's not being immodest that I'm saying that is who we are.
Exactly.
Before Igbo came and distort our life, All this democracy they are practicing, we've been practicing it, even as a kingdom. No king in Yoruba land can single-handedly appoint the person who will represent a clan at the palace. It's that clan that will bring a representative, you will go and represent it at the palace. That has been democracy for us all our life. Up to today. So nobody is teaching us democracy. We are more democratic than the so-called democracy that we are practicing, which is Western democracy. Thank you very much for that introduction. And just when it comes to being Yoruba thing, I just get carried away. I want to be Yoruba 100 times over and over and over again. I've compared myself to the English people where I stayed for about 32 years. So if they are the first world, it's technology that brought them to the first world. We too, we are first world. Exactly. We are the same thing. We are Yoruba, we are unique.
Exactly. Thank you very much, sir. I attest to that last statement you made. Now, there are issues in the polity and in the whole system of Nigeria at the moment. I want us to touch on a number of them, about 4 points. The first one I want us to talk about is open grazing. This clamor by the federal government that states should donate land for ranches, for herdsmen to carry on with their trade. What is your opinion about it? Is it a good idea for states in Nigeria to be coerced or to be forced or to be asked to donate land to herders?
What is so unfortunate and what we are seeing today, that we are being driven to dark ages, to stone ages in this country. And then again, those who are supposed to know, they are the one confusing issue. Look at the Attorney General of the Federation distorting the law about open grazing. Distorting the law of the northern Nigeria about open grazing. In the 70s, the Constitution of Nigeria has vested land into the hands of the governors. It's not an act of parliament, it's the Constitution. It's not something you can change. No president has the power to alter what the Constitution says, except the parliament. And it has to be done by 2/3 of the states of Nigeria who say you want to alter. So open grazing is banned in the southwest, yes. That is the law. They are the owner of the land. They don't want it, they don't want it. The president lately is saying he wants to refer to the Gazette. Gazette of what? It's a colonial Gazette. Let us educate ourselves about Gazette of government Gazette. It's not a law. Gazette is a record keeping of publication of the government. It does not constitute a law. If you say cattle route, what's cattle route? What is the route? Who agree on the route in the first place? All those people you occupy their land, you are passing through their route. Did you take permission from them? Did you pay compensation to them? I mean, when the president talks sometimes, we get embarrassed. To be frank and say, we get embarrassed. The Western world, outside what they say, is this the best? They believe the best supposed to be the president of a country. Those who are advising the president, I think they are not doing a good job at all. They are shaming us. They are putting us into shame. When you allow the president to be like the street boy will say, misjiving, it's not the best for our nation at all. Well, I'm ready to cattle route. Well, if you allow cattle route in Kashina State, your governor wants it. Fine, it's good for you. But the rest say no, and they are entitled to it by law. So if you want to impose it, the way your body language, the way you are saying, then you know it's an unconstitutional thing. And you said in your broadcast one time, the president said, let Nigerians tell me what I have done that is unconstitutional. This is unconstitutional. And it's an impeachable offense. That means you are tampering with the Constitution of Nigeria. That is what, maybe that is the implication of what Mr. President is doing, that he doesn't know. If the parliament, if they are alive to their responsibility, they should cry foul. Say, no, Mr. President, you are going outside the armed. It's like you want to, like the coup you did against the constitutional government in 1983. That is what you are doing again. This is a coup. And it's treason.
Exactly.
If those who are advising the president doesn't know, they should stay clear of all this beasts called cow that they want to impose on us. Sometimes you think that, does this government has a secret plan? Is there a script that working to a script? First of all, you brought Ruga. We said it's a foul. The other time again, you brought a water bill. We said it's not going to work. And then you are saying cattle route again. Is that something? If this is a tradition of the Fulani, well and good. That is the way they want to be raising their, that is the way they have been doing their cow, and they are not ready to change yet. Well, it's good for them. Let them practice it in their domain, not in somebody else's territory. You know, I know there is about 424 or 44 ethnic groups in Nigeria. Does Nigeria want to live by Fulani tradition alone? 1 out of 444? I don't think so. I don't think so. So my advice is that if they seriously want this Nigeria to be great, Nigeria is a potentially great nation, they should desist from all this idea. If it's a script, it's not going to work. It's something where everybody has played their life on. Nobody is going to subjugate us in this country. Nobody. It's not possible. We are the indigenous of this Nigeria. We are the one close to the coast. We don't come from anywhere. We don't just settle in Nigeria in 1804. No. We'll be here. Actually, we Yoruba, we believe the earth starts from Afenifere.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, the way the present government is ruling Nigeria, I think is even need to buckle up if they seriously love Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, very briefly, sir, there's been a clamor for restructuring over the years, even before the advent of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. A lot of Nigerians have been clamoring for restructuring, especially Nigerians from the southern parts of the country. And the president has come out clearly recently to tell us that he is not going to restructure Nigeria. What is your take on this decision?
Well, maybe let me go back a little bit. Let me go back to 1949. The Egbe Omoduduwa, in which Afenifere came out of, wrote a memo. They presented a memo to the colonial people for true federalism in Nigeria, and they bought it. So all the constitution that have been made since then, 1950, 23 constitution, this constitution, up till 1963, has been based on true federalism. There is no Nigeria without true federalism. When our leaders, when they sat down and agreed, went to conference in Lancaster, they came back, they agreed that, okay, this is the way we are going to form a country called Nigeria in 1960. Sir Ahmadu Bello, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, and probably the first Prime Minister, Tafawa Balewa, and some of their able lieutenants. They agreed on how Nigeria should be placed. And let us go back So as far back as 1949, before we got independence from the United Kingdom, the Egbe Omododo wrote a memo to the British government based on true federalism, and the British government accepted this memo. So based on that memo, every constitution that had been made in Nigeria from 1953 up to 1963 has been based on true federalism. Before Nigeria came into being in 1960, all our leaders sat down. They agreed, this is the way, this is the Nigeria we want. The North, they have their own separate constitution based on their values, based on their culture, based on their aspiration, based on their vision for life. The Western Nigeria, from Badagry up to Asaba, the same thing, they had the same constitution. The Eastern Nigeria, down to the South side, as of today, is the same thing. 1962, another region was created called the Benin State. So they do have their constitution. So in Nigeria, as at independence, we had how many constitutions? 4. The Federal Constitution, the Northern Constitution, the Western Constitution, the Eastern Constitution, and then up to 63, the Midwestern Constitution. 4. We had up to our High Court. See, there are many things that we do that is peculiar to us. Nigeria is a very diverse and vast country. So there's no way we can see things the same way. I just agree on that. Every Yoruba man, as at then, will send their house to send their children to school. They value education. What got the budget of Western Nigeria during the time Babawula was ruling Nigeria was education. That is the way we until 1966, when the military they toppled everything, and then when some people, when they said, "Oh, this is good for all, we can subjugate the country through this unitary system," they started using the unitary system. The 1979 Constitution handed over to us by the military. Abacha Constitution handed over by the military. Nobody sat down like the way it was done pre-1960. So that is why we say that no, this is not Nigeria that we agreed and bargained for. So whatever that is happening now is a lie, it's falsehood. That is why things are not moving. Things are not seriously moving. Our people are subjecting themselves to hardship and low classism all over the world. Our brain has left because the structure is so bad. That is what we are asking for. Okay, let us rearrange this. That is the meaning of restructuring. Yes. Nothing else. Let us rearrange this thing to help Nigeria to grow.
Exactly.
Take, for example, education. We are taking away history from our curriculum. I want to know the story of my great grandfather. It just has to be written down.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, for example, we withdrew history from the curriculum. Why? I mean, I look at it as a Yoruba person. Everybody is tracing their steps back to Ife. Everybody believes they came back from Ife. They want to know the time their parents, their grandparents left Ife to go and settle somewhere. That's, I mean, in a miniature scale. Take, for example, Ikorodu Road, down to this thing, they call it Federal Road. Why? Give the money to Lagos State. Let them do the road the way they want it in their state. That is That is a restructuring.
Exactly.
Educational system, the way it is practiced. I studied in England. Yes, what obtains in Scotland is different from what obtains in England and Wales. You do jam here, the going to university at the same time here is you clump everybody together. You want to go to and do it in Scotland, you go through their educational system. You want to do it in England and Wales, you go through in their admission system and so on and so forth. That is what they call, that's a tiny bit of restructuring. Look at Scotland has a parliament. They decide so many things. They don't need, who doesn't need to go to Westminster? That is devolution of power. Allow devolution, allow power. Now, policing system. We're even still talking of America. What about our colonial masters? What is their policing system? You are hearing of Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard covers only London and not the whole of London. There's a place called the City of London. It is just 1 square mile. They have their authority over the police that run the City of London. The railway system, they have their own police. All of them combined together, maybe that's a report to the Home Secretary. So nobody has an enlarged power ego running from Abuja. These are simple things we are asking the Nigerian government to split. Tiny bit. Let the states handle their own security. Governors don't have power over police. What kind of security system is that? This is what called restructuring. You see, states will make more money when they know they have a stake in it. Let them make a lot of money and pay percentage to the center, not for you collect VAT and then go there and be sharing it. These are simple we call restructuring. That the president saying we cannot do it. There are many things you can use presidential power to do, So to bring stability to our country, because the country is not running well. The American call it ungoverned. They describe Nigeria as one of the ungoverned territory of the world. It is so sad. What can a British man or an American tell me that I don't know about America, or I don't know about the United Kingdom? Are they better than me? I went to school with Yoruba, so I don't consider myself inferior to any human being. If our leaders are making us inferior, look at them calling us on ungoverned territory, and it's because of our leaders, the behavior of our leaders. It's so sad.
Very sad.
Very, very sad. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, you mentioned the issue of insecurity. It's nearly tearing the whole of the country, Nigeria, apart now. How do you think we can tackle this problem of insecurity that pervades the entire length and breadth of Nigeria now, sir? Very briefly.
My brother, Shegun.
Yes, sir.
It can go beyond insecurity. It is now total breakdown of law and order in Nigeria. Everywhere is war. Everywhere is bloodshed. Every part of the country is bloodshed. That is not. You see, General Buhari inherited only Boko Haram when he got to power in 2015. Now, we are not talking of bandits. We are talking of kidnappers. Those heartless human beings who will go to school and kidnap children and kidnap students and even be shedding their blood. It has gone beyond. Do you call that insecurity anymore? It's lawlessness. The Nigerian society has broken down. You are onto yourself. If you don't know how to keep safe, you are not safe. You say, how do we curtail this? Well, it's up to General Buhari if they are seriously want to curtail this, if it's not a script they are acting on, then allow the police to be run by the states. Allow local government to have their own policing system the way it used to be. My father's house is about 2 doors away from the local government police, Baba Ogun, which way I grew up to know the Baba. Local government police. Look at the reserve system, agricultural system. Why do we have Federal Minister of Agriculture? For what? They are hiding in our bushes now, all these bandits. The government said, no, I'm from Ondo State. My governor, one of the tough fights, and when he says yes, he says yes. I carry the rule. In this country, we pray for his time. You know, he said, no, nobody should be in the bush. It's a reserve area, not for human being. Human being are living there, and some people are talking law in Abuja. So if they want it, I don't think they love Nigeria. If they love Nigeria, they will not be behaving like this.
Thank you, sir. Now, finally, sir, there is a clamor for the existence, the convening of a Yoruba nation, and it has become a popular one all over Yoruba land, Yoruba-speaking areas of Nigeria. Children of Yoruba land, both in diaspora and at home, are clamoring for the existence of a Yoruba nation called Oduduwa Nation. How would you see the feasibility of this, and what is your side to this particular clamor, sir?
Thank you, Shego. You see, I'm a national officer of Afenifere. As young as I am, I consider myself as one of the leaders of Yoruba Nation. So the way we handle things will be a little bit different from the way other people will handle it. Now, anywhere you go, they say, this Yoruba Nation, this Yoruba Nation. It's like it's a phenomenon. They're sweeping all over the land, abroad, everywhere. They want a separate country. They want to opt out of Nigeria. Now, what we are saying in Afenifere is this. We are never against being a separate nation. No. But we have invested so much in this country called Nigeria. We have invested our life, we have invested everything called Nigeria. So to just get out of Nigeria just like that, Afenifere said, no, let us take it step by step. Let us see what we have put forward, that all these corrections, all these loopholes that I've earlier mentioned in the word called restructuring, that allow Ikorodu Road to belong to Lagos, allow our education, allow us to own our higher education, and so on and so forth. You do all these things. People will not clamor again and say, okay, we want to leave Nigeria. But when you see some group of demagogue holding Nigeria to ransom, they are the only one ruling Nigeria. It is only their religion that is good. It is only the people that they know that comes from their area that is good. Then people will say, what's going on here? I think this country belongs to all of us. So if you are doing it this way, then I might as well to attend to Israel. That is the reason for all this agitation for Yoruba nation. Not that when you look at Yoruba land, apart from France, Germany, and United Kingdom in Western Europe, there's no any country that is bigger than Yoruba nation. We are far, far bigger in population, in size, in everything than them. Apart from Germany, Spain. Apart from Spain, excuse me. Yeah. United Kingdom. And the rest.
Bless you.
That's why bigger than them. The population of Ghana is just 31 million plus. The population of Lagos alone, which is a Yoruba land, is 22 million plus. The population of Oyo is 8 million. Combine just Oyo and Lagos. They are bigger, they are more or less the same as Ghana. We have not mentioned Ondo State, Ekiti State, Osun State, Kogi State, Kwara State, which are all Yoruba nation. And whatever to become a nation, Yoruba has got it. Airport, seaport, skilled workers, intellectual of world standard. We have it. So Nigeria should behave. Nigeria should behave. The saving grace for Nigeria is that Afenifere is still maintaining that restructuring will do us better. The moment, the way the president is talking, that restructuring is this, that, we discipline with fire. If the Afenifere say today, yes, Sunday, Igboho, I don't know, come for. Oh yeah, boys, I think enough is enough. And the rest. Nigerians should not think that we are weak, that we are like this. Pre-1966, no. We are not. We fight intellectual battles. When Abacha was around here, did we shoot one bullet? Did we shoot one bullet? We didn't. So if federal government believes because they are in charge of the armory, they are in charge of all the instruments of coercion, and what they are waiting for is to come and shoot us, is to come and kill us, I think they are deceiving themselves. Nobody is going to. Whom do they even want to fight? The only people that are really believing in supplication are the Fulani. The Southern Kaduna too, if they hear that, they will want their own separate country. Or go to Middle Belt. You think Benue, who are great soldiers, they want to fight. You know, the federal government is miscalculating.